get to know, to test, who will actually follow the messenger and who will turn back on his heels and go away. I told you earlier on there are two groups, Muhajirun and Ansar. Muhajirun love Kaabah. A lot of the Ansar love Jerusalem. When the Muslims moved to Medina, who was being tested? The Muhajirun, because they have to put their back to the Kaabah. When the ayah came, you have to pray towards Makkah. Who's being tested? The Ansar, who have affiliation to Jerusalem. So in this way, both groups got tested. To Allah, testing whether they will obey Allah was more important, the direction of prayer was less important. Allah could have made the direction of the Kaabah, the Makkah, from the first ayat of the Quran. Why did he wait this long? Why did he wait this long? This is so important. Salah is so important. Aqimus Salah it's so early in the Quran. Why not just tell the Prophet from the beginning, pray towards the Kaabah? He waited until he could test both groups, the people of Makkah and the people of Medina. Because the importance is not the direction of prayer, the importance is the command of Allah. That's what actually matters. So now when he does this, notice, by the way, the language, it's so beautiful. We didn't change the direction of the Qibla, except we could see who will actually follow the messenger. مِمَّن يَتَّبِعُ الرَّسُولِ.
Peace of Christ to all. This is the scam of Nu'man Khan, the guy who claimed that he knows Islam and he is supposedly a scholar, but yet he do not know even how to read the Quran correctly. Listen carefully to what he said. We just heard him saying that the change of direction of prayer was done only just to know who followed the Prophet. Are you an idiot or what? Aren't they already, both of them, they are following the Prophet and they are praying because the Prophet is praying to Jerusalem? This guy is talking as if it was the Prophet who want to pray to the Mecca and they are praying to Jerusalem, but they are just doing what the Prophet did. Where they learn from to pray to Jerusalem? Those are Arab who always go around the Kaaba. So Muhammad, he switched from the Kaaba. Why he did not continue praying from the Kaaba to the Kaaba from the beginning? Why he switched to Jerusalem? This is the question. Where is the verse in the Quran that says to Muhammad, pray in the direction of Jerusalem? For sure, you have no answer. And if the verse in the Quran was meant to be just about saying who is the one who want to follow Muhammad and who is not, that's a very stupid argument, because don't your God Allah knows that they will obey him anyway? Who dare to obey the Prophet or disobey the Prophet? And he said something very important. He said, why Allah waited all this time? Muhammad was praying almost all his life in the direction of Jerusalem. I'm talking all his life as a person who claimed to be a prophet. Before that, he was praying around the Kaaba. Actually, there's a story where Muhammad, supposedly because he's a genius, he solved a problem when they're trying to rebuild the Kaaba or relocate the Kaaba, where they were trying to carry the black stone. So Muhammad was a pagan for 40 years, praying around the Kaaba. Why suddenly he switched to Jerusalem? This is the question. Where Allah, he said to him, go and pray in the direction of Jerusalem. Show me one verse. You will not find it. Then you will find a scam like this trying to say to you, there is an amazing secret behind it, my friend. The secret is Allah is trying to test groups of Muslims if they are going to be obedient to the Prophet or not. This is the whole story. So this means the Kaaba is not holy and the black stone is not holy. And that's mean your prophet is a liar, because your prophet, he mentioned many times statements about the black stone. As long as we just heard him saying that the whole purpose is to know who is following Muhammad, who is not. But that will mean the pagans who were praying around the Kaaba, they are following Muhammad too. Because the Kaaba was a holy place for the pagans, which Muhammad, he adopted the religion, and that's why he kissed the black stone. as long the black stone and the Kaaba is not important, just to know who is following Muhammad or not. What about we say we want to pray to the west? We want to pray to any place. Why exactly the Kaaba? Let us get this guy busted and show you that those guys are scammers and they are not even close to know what Islam is about. If we go in the Quran, we will find the following. Let us go there. There's 10 verses in the Quran speaking about the history of the Kaaba. However, the Kaaba in the Quran does not appear much like it sounds like it started from the time of Abraham, because it says that Allah, he asked Abraham, you know, to build up the walls of the Kaaba, or even the base of the Kaaba, as we see here in this verse where it says in chapter 2 verse 127. And remember, Abraham and Ishmael raised the foundation of the house with this prayer: our Lord, accept this service from us, for thou art all hearing, all knowing. So if the Kaaba was the purpose of it, is just to know who is praying in the direction of the Kaaba or Jerusalem, to test the Muhajirin and Ansar, as he called them, two groups of Muslims. Huh? So what the purpose for Abraham then? So this is a story in about Abraham is a lie, because the whole idea of the Kaaba is just to know who is following Muhammad, who is not. So Abraham had nothing to do with it. And the order of Allah for Abraham to rebuild the Kaaba, because the Muslims, by the way, this ignorantly do not know that the first one who built the Kaaba supposedly is the angels. Allah, he told Adam after he sent him down in India, I put for you a mark there so you can circulate around it, because look like Adam, like a cockroach. He like to circulate, or like an ant. So then he sent Adam to India, and then Adam, he did practice Hajj for 40 times during his lifetime, going from Bombay all the way to Mecca, which is very funny. And during his way there was 40 farsakh. 40 farsakh, every farsakh is equal to almost 5 kilometers, so like you can say 40x5. In those 40 farsakh there is thousands of angels waiting for Adam, and they said to him, we did Hajj before you. We did Hajj to this house 2,000 years before you. If there's all the stories, then if the story of the Kaaba is just to know who is following Muhammad, who is not, that means the whole Kaaba is a fiction, and this is a false story, and it's not holy, and Muhammad is a liar. Why I say Muhammad is a liar? Because Muhammad, he said the following. Read with me. Muhammad, he worshipped two corners of the Kaaba, and he believed they are the one who forgives sins. He said, and this is Sahih Muslim, Sahih Muslim, and this is the hadith number. All right, and this is a Sahih hadith. I have not abandoned touching of the Yemeni corner and kissing of. So Muhammad, he was touching and kissing. Kissing what? He's kissing stones. What stones he is kissing exactly? He is kissing two corners, the Yemeni corner and the black stone. The Yemeni corner, which simply represent the stones which is stolen or that stay taken from the temple of Al-Makkah. And this is where the name of Mecca is coming from. It was a cloning of Al-Makkah temple, which is in Yemen, which is built by the Sabians. This is why we see Muhammad saying clearly that the Sabians will go to heaven, but the Sabians are people who worship stars, and they believe in the creatures and the creation, and there's like higher creatures and lower creatures, and those creatures, they can make a creatures, you know, they have a lot of fictions in their religion. So Muhammad, he believed that kissing the stones and embracing those two stones, two corners. You see, it says corners, what? Not one corner, there's two corners. The Yemeni corner and the black stone corner. The Yemeni, it's called, coming from the word Yemen. This is why it's called Yemeni corner, because simply there is stones which is taken from Al-Makkah temple. You know, it's like when the Christian they say to you, in this church we build it in the top of the the body of a saint to make the church have an extra value for the Christians, which is really doesn't make any difference anyway. You know, house of God is a house of God, and a human being is a human being. So the Muslims, they took stones from Al-Maqqa temple and they place it in the Yemeni corner, which is can be found in the side of the Kaaba. Actually, I can go right now and I can show you what, even though I'm not planning to make the video long, but look like we have to show you, otherwise you will be missing some information. So let us show you the Mecca or the Yemeni corner. Hold on. And you will see exactly that the whole Kaaba is built based on stones to convince those people that those are special stones where they can fix your problems. They can fix your problems. All right. This is the Yemeni corner. I will find. Here we go. This is the Yemeni corner, which is in the other side of the black stone, which means the black stone in one corner, this one is the other corner. If you look with me here in the screen, you will notice that this corner or those stones are collection of stones, not one stones. Collection of stones, and the Muslims they come and they kiss them and they touch them because Muhammad he said that those stones are holy, and those stones, if you embrace them, they forgive your sin. You see, this is why they unleash the side of the Yemeni corner so people they can't touch them, and they make it look exactly in the shape of a woman vagina. Excuse my language. Why it's made in such a way? Because simply the whole region of the Kaaba, it was about vaginas. So they cover the whole Kaaba and then they make a hole in the shape of a vagina, and the same exactly for the black stone, it's in the shape of a vagina.